What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Funkatopia Live, WTF. Welcome to Funkatopia. I am your host, Mr. Christopher. That man needs no introduction right there. Look at him, Mr. Michael Bland.
Look at me. Look at me.
Look at you.
Yes, look at me. Well, all right.
You know, we didn't have a guest tonight, but we're like, we do have a guest next week, though. I'll tell you all about it here in a little bit. But wanted to make sure that, you know, we kind of get in, and we hadn't had a free-for-all in a little bit of time. So figured, you know what, we need to have a free-for-all. We can just kind of talk about whatever we want to talk about. And
Yes.
I just think that's like incredibly important because there's so much news that's happening and so much stuff that's coming in. It's kind of ridiculous. And, you know, obviously this is the first 15 minutes, which is the pre-show. So don't freak out. We don't technically start the show. Well, we don't technically start the show until 8:00, but that's okay. We like to kind of give 15 minutes of time just to kind of say hello to you fine folks that are coming in, talk about superfluous crap that it's not going to fit into the window of what, you know, the scope of what we're doing. But how you doing, Michael? What's going on, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. It finally cooled down here, man. Weather has been it's been really hot here, and then it just kind of over the last few days it got down. It's like fall weather. It's probably going to heat up one more time, and then we're going to switch gears here. But,
what's hot for you?
Oh, well, 90.
Okay,
85,
that's
90.
hot. Yeah, that's hot. That's hot.
Yeah,
our high is 85 here in Atlanta. We actually have lows in the 60s, but it was 10 degrees higher than that last week, and we just kind of did like a little bit of a dip. So it was cool. It was just, I mean, it's been good. I like that, you know, this is a little bit of a fake fall thing that we got going on right now. So it's not really technically full fall, but I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready. Let's say hello to some fine folks, starting up at the very, very top. Cassandra Bradley, what is going on? Clocked in at 7:60, clocked in a half hour early. You know, if I had a business that was hiring,
you'd be my first employee. Get down. That's all right.
That's right. Purple Nerd Channel is always in the mix. Steve 858, what's going on? 30-year anniversary. 30-year anniversary of what, Steve? Give us where's the 30. I can tell you what. It's the 40th anniversary of what you see behind us here. Yeah, the Sheila E.'s Romance 1600.
Romance 1600.
Oh, boy. Released on this very day. In 1985. Yeah, that's just crazy. That's just Krista, what's going on? Susie, hello. RV, hello. Andre's here. What is going on, Big Daddy? Joe Cooley, Henry Nelson. Man, look at all you fine folks. Jeremy's in the house. Man, so many fine folks. Lori, hello. Phantomus, Fanto, Joni, what's going on? Man, I tell you,
they're coming from all around.
Man. Yeah. And what's great about this show is that there's people that even get up early in the morning on the other side of the world and wake up with us. So we're kind of like their morning show. So we appreciate
get like the Breakfast Club. Right?
Yeah, we appreciate you. We will wake you up. That's for sure. Either wake you up or keep you up. One of the two. That's our job. That's our job. You know, as I said, you know, these first 15 minutes, we're kind of just talking about this, that, and the other. I did catch up. So let's talk about some of the little things that I did catch up on TV wise, because this has nothing. It doesn't fit in any window.
Let's do it.
I finished your Dexter. Dexter. You talked me into watching Dexter. I watched all 8 seasons of Dexter. So that is 80 plus episodes or 90 episodes. I think it's like 12 episodes per season. That was a lot.
A lot. Yes.
That was a lot. I got it. And as I told you, for those who like Dexter, I liked it, but to me, it made me feel like I was watching like something like Law and Order or something with a little bit lighter. I'm trying to think of a television show that's similar to it, but that's not made for TV because it has nudity and profanity and.
Oh, sure.
I mean, so yeah. that's kind of what it felt like. It felt like it was a TV show. I mean, and that's technically what it was. It was just a TV show that was on, Paramount or whatever it was on before.
I think it was Showtime, maybe.
Yeah, I'm watching it on Paramount Plus. I don't remember what.
Oh, okay.
Right, you're right. Showtime, because that was at the beginning of every single thing. And I did watch New Blood, which was the series after that, which where he moved up to some place up north or whatever, and he lived in the snow or whatever. And I like that one. I actually like that one. It had a darker overtone. I like that one. And I agree. I just started watching Original Sin, which is kind of like the prequel to all of it. And what's really I'm only 3 episodes in, but what's really surprising with Original Sin is that they've managed to find young actors that really are believable that they could be a young Dexter. And it looks like and it looks like with the Latin girl, the Latin chief, what her name was, I can't remember. I watched 80 episodes. I can't remember.
La Guerta.
But yes, La Guerta. Yeah. So they managed to find younger versions of those actors and actresses, and it's been pretty impressive. I like it.
Okay. I haven't even gotten into that yet.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward.
Check it out. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out for sure. Eddie says last season of Dexter was terrible. Yeah, it was okay. I felt like it didn't. You know what show? There is a show. I think it's on Apple Plus. I think it's Your Neighbors. I think it's with John Hamm, and it's called Your Next Door Neighbors. Somebody in the chat room help me out. It's a new series on Apple TV. I think it's with John Hamm, and it's called Your Next Door Neighbor or whatever. I don't remember what it was called, but I watched the whole thing. That's how bad my Etch-a-Sketch memory is.
All right.
And it's really, really great because it ties everything up, like every single loose end that you could think of throughout the season. They went ahead and tied it up, and it was pretty amazing. It was really, really good. I highly suggest. He's basically a higher up corporate guy, and like one of those big C-level, making lots and lots and lots of money, millions.
Yeah.
And then he loses his job, and then he has to become a burglar, and he ends up robbing his really, really rich neighbors who have like these really insanely expensive jewelries, like the $600,000 watches and shit like that. And it's really, really good. And it's on Apple TV Plus. It's called something Neighbors or something, whatever, but it's really good.
All right.
So check that out. And and as far as entertainment news, this was big news that just hit today. It happened. Taylor Swift and Kelsey got engaged. They're engaged.
Wow. You're kidding. You're kidding.
That is the look of I don't give a shit right there. That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what.
I could care less.
This is why this is in the pre-show.
Oh no! You let Taylor into our bubble.
Never mind.
Oh,
never
man.
mind.
Get her out of there, please. Indie face, man. Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, the wrong kind of indie face.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
so for those that do care, they got engaged.
All right.
And let me tell you, most of the entertainment folks, they seem to care a little bit. They did seem to care.
Really?
Oh yeah. There was also going back to the TV thing.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch the show about the series on Netflix for the Dallas Cowboys called The Gambler and His Cowboys. It talks about the story of the Dallas Cowboys, specifically kind of focusing on from when Jerry purchased the Cowboys and how he did it. And the big, portion in the 90s with, Aiken and Rice and all those guys. And it was really interesting to kind of see the backstory, but I'm sorry, but I don't like the Cowboys. I never have. I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Falcons fan. I love the Giants. I love the Falcons. I love, let me just show you something real quick.
Here we go.
I forgot to bring this over. got this big sign. The
Whoa.
Buffalo Bills, the dawn.
Man.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills, man. Let me just tell you, I think I'm a huge Falcons fan, but I got a feeling that the Bills are going to do it this year. It's just there's something about the vibe of that team right now. It's just killer. I like the Eagles too. See, that's the problem, is that I'm not one of these people that's like hooked on, if you're going to make me pick a team. Obviously I'm going to stick with the Falcons because that's, my home team. It's a tough team to latch onto. We have yet to get a Super Bowl. We will make it to the playoffs this year. I like what's going on with them, but if I've got to follow a team all the way through the playoffs and has a shot at the Super Bowl, I'm sticking with the Bills. To hell with the Chiefs. Sorry if you're a Chiefs fan. Got to go. Bye.
But Steve 858 is talking about the Rams.
Yeah, I'm not. Nah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm going to go there. But yeah, I like a lot of.
I'll have a dog in the fight. The Vikings have disappointed our fair city too many times for me to. I can't get in there. I still have hope for the Timberwolves, but I'm not hoping for nothing else.
Yeah, I know, but it's it's tough. I mean, there's certain teams that I like. I'll watch. Like I like watching the Saints, but I don't like the Saints. But I like watching them just because they're very, very quick, and I like watching the northern teams. Like the Green Bay Packers and the Bills and stuff, because they play football like you're supposed to be football. They are tanks. They are they're one of these. That's the kind of way they play, and I like watching football like that. So, anyway, but it is what it is. Ravens, no. You're so silly.
Kurt. Yeah, all right, Kurt.
Yeah. All right. And then of course I also watched The Truth About Jussie Smollett. That one.
I started watching it, and then halfway through I was like, I don't really care.
Well, you quit. You shouldn't have quit halfway through. You need to finish the last half, because there is actual proof that they actually had, with video proof, that Jussie may have been telling the truth in some of these scenarios, because they actually was video that they missed.
All right.
It's a whole thing.
I'll go back and finish it after we adjourn.
Not that I believe him, because Dave Chappelle told me not to. So,
well, yeah. Well.
You got to listen to Dave. So what we're going to say, and of course, then the last thing that entertainment news was that Lil Nas X got arrested for being drunk in public, and he was walking around in his underwear, and the cops stopped him. They got him on his video, and he's like flaunting around this parking lot in his underwear, and he got arrested.
What city was he in? Do you know?
I don't remember. I don't recall. I want to say it was someplace like Vegas or something like that, but
okay, please don't let it be New York. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, no, he was walking around, and then I guess he released a video. Oh, they said they had to tase him 3 times, according to Steve, in his drawers.
Oh wow.
And he just released a video today where he pretty much got on there, and I quote, he says, "Your girl is going to be okay. She's going to be all right." That's what the video basically says. I was like, okay, then. Next topic.
Yeah, moving on.
Palate cleanser. Yeah. Jay, Steelers. Yeah, man. Steelers. I love the Steelers too, but Steelers are going to have a very interesting year this year. We're going to see how this whole situation is going to work out with Aaron, but good luck with that. But he's used to that style of play for sure. All right, let's get into it. Again, WTF, welcome to Funkatopia. I'm Mr. Christopher. This is the mighty drummer extraordinaire, Mr. Michael Bland, co-host extraordinaire as well.
Yes, and yes, Indy Face, ladies and gentlemen, Indy Face.
Yes,
that's all I had to tell you. I have to tell you at this moment is Indy Face.
Yes, we got to do it then.
Oh. Yes, in the face. He's hollering. Oh,
It's just
man.
the best ever. That's just the
Oh,
best ever.
Lord have mercy.
Oh man.
What do we
So,
got, man? Come on, let's melt it
all
down,
right.
brother.
I talked a little bit about it in the beginning, and I'll talk about it now. It is the 40th anniversary today
Yes.
of Sheila E.'s In Romance 1600. Man,
Oh, yes.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that it's been 40 years on this album. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, obviously, we talked about before the anniversaries of all these albums just keep coming.
Yeah.
And no, Londell, I do not expect for you to celebrate them all. So says Mr. Funkatopia. But they really do need someone relentless handling this stuff for them. I mean, you better get your merch in order. I mean, because there is so much that they could be doing right now. I mean, I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass by any means, but I feel like there's opportunities like this. I'm not saying, hey, wake up or whatever, but I just feel like there's so many things that are coming that they're just leaving money on the table. I mean, I realize it's a lot of work. And that's why you kind of need to just delegate. And there are people banging on the door wanting to help the process.
Sure.
But, I mean, so there's no need to be overwhelmed, but there's so many easy wins, easy money. Just saying, this is a great album, and it deserves to be celebrated. I mean, it's definitely deserves to be celebrated. The only thing I do not like about this album is that tambourine on Romance 1600. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, sometime after the show, put on Romance 1600 with headphones and listen to the tambourine track. It's like
is it on the right side.
It's like a tambourine track that does not. It was like from a rogue track that doesn't even supposed to be there. It was kind of like what's the last song on What Time Is It from the time, where it's just this random song.
Right.
That just
I don't want to leave you is going.
Right.
And then like, what song is that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I just, but the tambourine in that song is not as obvious, but it's there. It's definitely there for sure.
It's either very speeded or like who knows? Who knows?
You can't really decide. But there are a lot of things going on in around town. There are some things coming up that we can do as Prince fans. There's a couple. Well, I know I'm going to go see The Fix tomorrow. I think I told you that tomorrow night. The Fix is coming into Atlanta. They have nothing. They have nothing to do with Prince other than Prince liked them a lot. That's it. That's the extent of it. But The Fix is going to be in Atlanta. They're playing at the Variety Playhouse, so I'm going to go down and check them out. For those who are brand new to Funkatopia Live, you are just finding out that Michael Bland and I are music heads, and we talk about all types of bands, and there's like we'll go down a lot of different channels.
We talk about what we want.
Basically, yeah. So the Fix is going to be in town tomorrow in Atlanta, and I cannot wait to go see them. Also, what's happening on Thursday is Sign of the Times on Imax is going to be out. Now, obviously, it's August 29th. It's supposed to be released on Friday, but there are theaters that are showing it on Thursday night, August 28th. So I am going to actually go Thursday night, August 28th. I'm going to go. I'm actually going to be going to one in Beaufort, Georgia, which is up at the Mall of Georgia, which is up in like in northern Gwinnett County of Georgia. So I'm going to, there's only one showing at 7:05. I'm going to be there up at Mall of Georgia. So if you happen to be, there can't be too many people out this way. But if you're going to be at the Mall of Georgia and you happen to see me, please say hello or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to go check it out. I wanted to see, I've seen the movie multiple times, but I've obviously never seen it in IMAX. Nobody has. So this is definitely going to be a lot of fun. So I'll be at the Mall of Georgia. So make sure that you say hello for sure. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to spend $15 on a thing of popcorn. I'm going to be sneaking shit in for sure. I always go to the dollar store and I get the Raisinets and the Milk Duds, and I like got them all in my pockets and stuff. I am not spending crazy amounts of money. The only thing I cannot get is is obviously the slushy. I have to get slushy. So
You have to get the slushy. Okay, all right. What about the? No, you don't. You probably don't like snow caps. You like snow caps?
I don't honestly don't remember if that's just the chocolate with the white
Yeah.
sugar thing. I don't think I don't like them. It's not like I just don't go to them by choice.
Raisinets, Whoppers are kind of the bomb, dude.
Yeah, I'm surprised that whenever I mention Raisinets, a lot of people freak out and they go, Raisinets, gross. And it's like, are you serious?
Chocolate covered raisins, man.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's really good.
Some people really don't care for the fruit and nut, the fruit and chocolate sort of combo.
I get that.
It's a very European sort of thing.
Yeah, but Raisinets are amazing, and the Milk Duds are great too. If you know, as long as I keep them away from where my cap is.
Junior mints are incredible, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's all. And of course, M&Ms are a go-to too. Peanut M&Ms, obviously.
Yeah, Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah. Now we're talking. Now you put the peanut M&Ms in your popcorn, and you put the butter on top, and then you put the peanut M&Ms in.
Yeah, Butterfinger. What did Joni says? Butterfinger mixed with Twix is the ultimate combo. Eat them together. I'm going to try it. All right.
Butterfinger and Twix. How do you do it? Do you have to just kind of alternate?
I get. Ernest says put the slushy in your pants leg. I don't have them in let's put the slushy in a colonoscopy bag or something.
Go to 7-Eleven or Super America and get your slushy and then stick it down your leg.
Yeah, well, technically, I could. There is a boba place that does do slushies, the really good slushies. And even though they're expensive, they're less expensive than the slushies that you get there.
Yeah.
That's something that might be doable.
You might have to work on that one. Yeah.
So anyways,
Mike and Ike's, yes, that's all I was just going to say. Love them. Mike and Ike's, yes.
So if you're going to go see Sign of the Times, let us let us know when you're going, where you're going, and maybe you guys can connect. Maybe you guys will share common places and whatnot, and go hang out with each other. This is the perfect time for Prince fam to hang out and support what's going on. Although this is not tied to the estate. We had this discussion before, which is really unusual. But hats off. And kudos to the estate for taking advantage of it.
All right.
And selling merchandise to support it. It was just like, everybody get ready. Sign of the Times is coming to IMAX. And they started pushing some of the Sign of the Times merch. Congrats. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the types of opportunities that I'm talking about that are right there. It's it's on the table. It's so evident. And congrats. Yeah. Congrats. Absolutely. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Free advertising.
Yeah, I mean, it's not costing you anything. I mean, right. the amount of money, the amount of money that it costs to put a movie into the theater is just friggin' ridiculous. Pretty amazing. What else do I got? Oh yeah, there's this. Oh, you know what else? This is since we're in Atlanta. Well, we talked about Atlanta a couple times. IMAX is all over the place, but there is an event that's happening here in Atlanta that is not been literally. I just found out about it. I can't attend because I won't be in town. I'll be out of town, but it's happening in Stockbridge, Georgia. And I want you to take a look at this because it's pretty. Just look at this.
Saturday, August 30th. Get ready as the city of Stockbridge salutes Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis at the 5-Star Amphitheater. Featured performers include Morris Day and Jerome, the SOS Band featuring Mary Davis and Abdul Raouf, Shantae Moore, Yolanda Adams, and Nesby. Plus MC Light, Ruben Studdard, Deborah Cox, and a performance from Jam and Lewis celebrating 40 years of iconic hits and music of the ATL. Tickets on sale now. Available at ViStarAmphitheater.com in the box office.
Okay. There was no advance notice. That video just popped up a few days ago. Nobody that I know in Atlanta even knew that this thing was coming. And this is the other issue with this style of music, whether it be funk, whether it be, R&B, whether it be soul music, whether it be acid jazz, any of that stuff is just neo soul. any of that stuff is just not getting advertised well. You don't hear about it until, in a lot of cases, it's already happened. It's gone. And so here is a show that is just a star-studded lineup in Stockbridge, Georgia, and and they're still selling tickets, and it's, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are going to be there, and Morris Day is going to be there, and Jerome's going to be there. And obviously if Morris Day is going to be there, Jelly Bean will most likely be sitting in on the drums, because Jelly Bean goes pretty much wherever, he's at.
Yeah.
So you've got, minus Monty and Jesse, you've got a pretty good, solid, original timeline up there. Again, we've had this discussion before. The time band that is in place right now has been the longest running iteration of the time in existence. That's the longest one. So mad respect for those guys who are unbelievably talented musicians and have been holding court for decades now. So props to them. But I'm just saying, whenever you put Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis into the equation, that's immediately where your head goes.
Right.
So you got all these people that are going to be there, and Ruben Studdard's going to be there. It's
Shantae Moore, man.
The SOS band. It's just an insane lineup. So if you happen to be in Georgia, in Stockbridge this Saturday, they had this massive
Yolanda Adams, man.
One big show. I don't even know. It's just crazy. And it's all going to be happening in Stockbridge. They call that place the Bridge, and it has, if they would have made an offer for season tickets for that venue, I absolutely would get them, because all of the shows that I want to see are there.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen Zap there. I've seen SOS band there. I've seen a Rick James Stone City band there. Obviously Morris Day of the Time I've seen a couple times there. It's like all of the good funk bands go.
You don't go see no white artists, huh?
I'm seeing the Fix tomorrow night.
All right, but they ain't white, they're Australian or something.
Yeah, they're
they Aborigines or something, ain't they?
That's right. I mean, but I just like funk. I mean, it's just like, man,
spend that black dollar, brother. Yes, thank you.
Of course.
I'm just recognizing, man. I'm like, well, all right.
But there's another show that's going to be happening up by you. Why don't you tell people a little bit about that one right there?
Oh, well, that's do you remember?
That's right.
The 21st night. That's what that's about. That's my band, Urban Classic, my Midwestern cover band of sorts. We like to play the music of Earth, Wind, and Fire from time to time. And on September 21st, the 21st night of September, we'll be at Crooners, which is in Fridley, Minnesota. And it's under 200 people can fit in there. I mean, it's a little place. We got a great band. The room sounds incredible. Food and drinks, everything. It's all classy.
Yeah, I just picked up that when you said that it was on the 21st of September.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that I was DJing a wedding one time, and it happened on the 21st September, and I played that song. And the bride was like, "Oh my gosh, he just said the 21st of September. Did you put that in there?" And I was like, do you not know this song?
I time traveled back to 1977. And yes.
I was just like, you guys, I thought this was planned okay. All right. So there you go. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, and tell people about the lineup that you got happening in this one.
Well, me and the sexy enchilada, Sweet Razorella, Tommy Barbarella Senior, we're thick as thieves, man. I don't go nowhere without Barbarella. And so we started, he started Urban Classic with me, along with G Sharp and Mark Lichtai and JB, all the Minneapolis cats,
Yeah.
Ron Long from I think Ron's from
Purple Experience.
Yeah, Purple and from Purple X. Yeah, Ron's been playing bass with us since we started. Yeah, I mean we got a 4-piece horn section. They're killers. I mean,
nice.
It's really it's a really great band, and I love everybody in it dearly because they put up with all my insensitivity and dictatorial ways.
Well,
but we all want the same thing. We want to excel. We're trying to go for Earth, Wind, and Fire. We're not trying to rival these other local bands. I want my band so good that if Philip Bailey happens to see some footage of us, I want Philip Bailey to get mad. You know what I'm saying? I want Birdie jumping up and down without the bass on him, just jumping up and down and getting mad.
Mm-hmm.
I get how good my band is. Yes.
Yeah, I mean the same thing that happened with what's his name, Arnada, the guy that was in the cover band for Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that his last name, Arnada or something like that? And he was in a cover band for Journey, and Neil happened to see him and was like,
yeah, like you belong in Journey.
Exactly. I mean, if Steve Perry's not going to do anything, then what's then why not?
Sure. So at that point, he would be twice removed by then, because there was a guy named Steve Augeri that was the singer in between.
I don't remember him.
Before Arnell showed up.
What I mean, tonal, was he the same? I mean,
he kind of even looked like him a little bit. Yeah.
Well, so does what's his name? Yeah, I mean, it's just.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Well, Steve Perry might be half Filipino. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, I still got this friggin' pre-show thing going at the bottom, and you didn't tell me that. All right, we got to change it now. Welcome. Okay. Yeah, we're no longer in the pre-show. We've been in the actual show now.
Oh, we're in the show now.
We're in the show now.
Well, yeah. Sometimes they just run right together, brother. I don't know.
Oh, I know. And speaking of which, I wanted to go ahead, since you fine folks are in here, we'll go ahead and I said it's Arnel Pineda, and I said Arnada.
Yes, Arnel Pineda, I guess.
I said Arnada,
which is call in so we can pronounce it correctly, or we go.
It's like short for Tornada, Arnada. Speaking of which, since we're talking about urban classic, by the way, if you want to get tickets to go see Michael Bland and the crew up, you go to croonersloungemn.com. That's CROONERS Lounge MN for Minnesota.com.
Pick up those tickets. You get tickets. Also, this coming Saturday, we have the Pure Soul show at the same venue, actually.
Oh man, I missed that announcement.
That's all right. No, no worries about that. I'm just, anybody who knows. There's still tickets available. Come on out. We just playing a bunch of, like soulful kind of. It's gonna be kind of a laid back sort of soulful night, And
then something else is happening too. I don't know if you know about this. I'm surprised that you don't. But Paisley Park is doing a Paisley Park After Dark for the 30th anniversary of the Gold Experience. Maybe that was the 30th anniversary that you were talking about. That's going to be happening on September 26th.
Oh boy.
Have you been contacted at all to maybe be able to go there and set up court?
Me?
Yeah, you were on this album, so why not? I mean, why? I mean, see, these are types of things I'm thinking about that would actually get people to come out and maybe give a little bit more enticement to come out to some of these events. I mean, not that the Gold Experience dance party with Lincoln Paris is not enticing enough. I'm just saying, make it so that there's a lot of shit going on.
Well, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Me, I just don't. I mean, just in general, I don't know if I'll. I mean, I don't have any animosity or any kind of situation going on between me and. I have a venue in Phoenix for you. Yeah, okay, all right. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off subject.
No,
yeah. I mean, generally, my feeling. I mean, I haven't been back to Paisley since Prince has passed. And it's not that I haven't been invited, it's just I just really don't it's just
I get it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean without me saying it. It's just I'm on
I know what you mean.
I don't really, he's not in well, maybe his spirit is all around, but you know what I mean? It's it's definitely very spiritual in there, especially if
especially for those that have seen him perform in
Sure.
that venue, because you can kind of walk in and say he was sitting on the piano playing right
Yeah.
there on that piano.
I kind of don't want to go through all that.
Yeah, it's a lot. You go see the stage and you go, I've seen him do jam sessions there with Larry Graham and Mono
Sure.
Neon and all these. It's just like, oh,
I spent years of time in that building.
Yeah.
So it's, it's like, there's people who work there who have a completely different relationship with that environment. And for me to go from carte blanche, I went wherever I wanted. If I wanted to sit in the broom closet for 2 hours, I could have done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Right.
to being like, right this way, sir. Wait, where are you going, sir? Like, I just don't even want to really I understand everybody got a job to do, and it's for the security and these are things, conventions that are necessary. But when you turn a place that was very private into a public place, it's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
If I want to go out in public, I don't want to go somewhere that used to be private to me.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of it,
yeah.
without getting too heavy into my emotions about
Yeah,
it.
Joni said Jerome said something very similar. Yeah, and I've talked to Jerome before about that. He feels the same way. It's just you kind of go in there, and when you have so many memories in a place, it's just, and this is way off topic. For rabbit hole number one, I've kind of felt like I need a mental health break, not from this show. This show was actually very rehabilitating for me. I feel like there's nothing better than coming and talking about topics that I greatly, greatly love, and hanging out with somebody that I consider a dear friend, and just being able to just chop it up with you and just hang out here and just talk music. So this is rehabilitating for me right here.
Yeah.
But I thought about, I would love to be able to go back up to where I was raised up in New Jersey, and just be able to kind of go there and visit some of the places that, I used to hit when I was a kid, and just kind of just seeing, because this part of Jersey, which is, for those who don't know, I'm from Jersey, in a little town in the middle called Hunterdon County. That's not a town, it's a county, Hunterdon County. And it is a place that is not developed at all. Like, ain't nothing happening in this area. It's been the same. It's been the same. I mean, maybe the grocery stores may have changed names, but everything is friggin' the same. So that makes it even more cathartic to go there and really kind of envelop yourself, because of the fact that a lot of things have not changed. You can go and go, wow, that old steel mill is still friggin' there and still taking up land that nobody's going to do nothing with.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. And I imagine that's the same exact thing when you walk into Paisley Park. It's just that, you have so many memories there that walking in, you're like, it's just, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't go visit my old neighborhood. I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, I haven't been over there in so long. So I guess I'm just one of those people. It's not that I'm trying to forget or I'm running from my past or anything, but it's just like, that place functions as something else now. And, I mean, if, how many people return to their old job,
Right.
There's that
Yeah,
too. It was more than that, but I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I totally get it. Totally understand. This question came from a fan, and I don't have anywhere to put it, but it was a fan that sent it to you. It's from Ray Hansen. He said, Mr. Christopher, I see that you have free for all tomorrow. I usually work during the live show and catch the playback. Can I submit a curious question for Michael B? I've always been curious about drummers since they have such precise rhythm on the drums. Are drummers usually good dancers? Can Michael B get down on the dance floor?
Oh, wow, man. That's, I've never had such a question put to me.
Okay,
no, man, I'm all kinds of messed up, man. I'll tell you where you can see footage of me dancing. The only place you can ever see me dancing, probably.
In the video for
Race. I'm doing the four corners. I'm just kind of doing the choreography with everybody else during that video. And so that's about it, man. I mean, other than that, no, I don't really. I as a performer, I'm self-conscious when I dance.
Yeah, I get it. So there was the answer to your question, Ray. I did mean to mention this too, since we're talking about schedule. Next week, next Tuesday, yes, we will be here, and we will be welcoming the one and only Tommy Barbarella is going to be here next week.
Well, okay.
So, I told you I manifested that.
You sure did.
Plus a lot of phone calls from you.
No, you manifested it. You manifested it through me. Come on, brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Just give us about an hour. Come on, brother. Man,
yeah,
come on, right. Man.
We got it. We got him. Tommy Barbarella is going to be here next Tuesday. So y'all get ready. Put it on your calendar. Go ahead and put it on. He's going to be here.
He didn't make me beg for real. He was actually pretty compliant.
Nice. So it's going to be fun. So we're going to have a good time. I was actually going to do like this most current picture and then like go back like 10 years and then go back 10 years and just kind of like pow, pow, pow. Yeah. I was like, it was just a lot of work in Photoshop. And it's like, I just want to get this out here. So Tommy Barbarella next Tuesday. So I hope you guys will tune in for that. All right, let's talk about some of the things that you guys want to talk about. We got 2 topics. We only have 2 topics left. And you're like, only 2 topics? We're only 30 minutes in. You got an hour and a half to go. Trust me, these 2 topics will definitely take precedence. It's going to happen.
Jody said, manifest Carmen. Yes. Yes.
Trust me, I have been.
Carmen.
I have been hammering Carmen with messages on a regular. Every single angle. That doesn't sound good. I'm hammering Carmen from every angle. I'm manifesting that too.
All right. Bing. Yes, in the face. In the face, Mr. Christopher.
Instagram, Facebook, various emails and stuff that I find, contact information on IMDb, wherever.
She'd be a great interview, man. She's
absolutely
so cool. She was one of the coolest people I met my whole time there. She really was like just super cool with everybody. I'd see her. She'd wave hi to Stymie, to the sanitational director. She'd pass by. He'd have the mop. Hey, how you doing now? She was just good people.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. And let me just say, I subscribed to her Twitter account. If you subscribe, not just subscribe, but actually, do the $5 a month subscription to it. Okay. You'll get extra photos. And I was just like, well, I should unsubscribe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Not that I don't.
Some people might feel about that.
Yeah. Not that I don't mind looking, but,
well, yes.
Yeah. I'll say subscribe for the month. I've already paid for the month. So
yeah, all right. Just don't visit too often.
But anyways, all right, let's talk about the 2 topics that you guys are heated about. And that is, we'll be talking about the Broadway play for Purple Rain. And we'll be talking about, which is going to take the biggest chunk, is the Apollonia versus the estate case. And the reason why we're going to spend a good amount of time on that when we get to it is because I actually sat down and read the entire complaint, the entire case. And it's not incredibly long. It's only like 14 pages, but it's 14 pages of legalese. And so you gotta kind of take it all in and read through some of the things and try to figure out how these pieces kind of come together. And I finally understand what's going on, but we'll get to that in a second. First, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I'm like, I don't even know who's mad at who.
Well, yeah, and we'll talk about that, but let's talk about this first, because once we get into that, we may not have time for this other.
Okay.
So, this is the cast that has been named for Purple Rain, the play, I guess, that's going to be up in Minneapolis. And basically, I'm trying to get a bigger picture for myself. The person that's going to be playing Prince, or as is being called in this, the kid, is Chris Collins. Now, I actually had found out about that it was going to be Chris Collins during the celebration. I actually found out before they ever made the announcement of who it was, because somebody was in the inside and said it's going to be Chris Collins. And I said, I can see that because Chris has that look. He's an actual musician. He's an actual performer. Other people who do, for lack of a better term, Prince impersonations, like Marshall Charloff from Purple Experience, actually have mad respect for Chris. He's committed to the character and everything else, but he still has his own thing. And so actually, I think Marshall Charloff actually gave Chris some praise, saying, dude looks the part. He's looks the part. He's got a good voice. Obviously it's not Prince's voice. He's got great chops on instruments. And obviously you're not trying to match Prince. That's not what's happening here. I think this is a part of the problem that a lot of people are having with this, is that they're expecting some type of rework, or this is not a remastering of Purple Rain. This is an adaptation of a storyline or a movie that may veer off from the actual storyline, which may tick some people off, but it may just do that. But there are people that are in here that, first off, nobody knows who most of this cast is. Maybe there's a bunch of people here in the chat room that know some of these actresses and go, oh, that's so-and-so from such and such. I don't know any of these actors or actresses. Rachel Webb plays Apollonia. Bilal Avez, not the Bilal, this is somebody else, is Doc. Who's Doc? Who's Doc in Purple Rain? Oh, Doc Fink.
I guess.
Yeah, Dr. Fink. Yeah, I was just like, I guess it's Dr. Fink. Yeah, I could see that maybe. Leon Addison Brown plays the dad. JC Calderon plays Susan, which is interesting that she's going to have a good part in this. Lawrence Gilliard Jr. is playing Billy. Anissa Grigo is playing Jill. And then Jared Howelton is playing Morris. I don't know, no offense to any of these actors and actresses, but I don't know them. I don't know anything that they've ever done before. If this is the same girl, and I guess people in the chat room can tell me, if this is the same girl that did the rendition of Take Me With You that was performed at the celebration 2 years ago at the State Theater, if that's the same girl, that girl's got a voice. So that would be great. But it's going to be an adaptation. And I feel like there's a lot of expectations about what people think they're going to see, but I have faith with the people that are involved. I know some of the people that are in the inner workings of this. I know they've got a good director on board. Bobby Z is actually part of helping to structure the story. And the people that are involved are serious about what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this will be a good thing, but the hardcore Prince fans, whatever your expectations are, you just have to kind of set that at zero so that you don't get blown out either way. You know what I'm saying? It's just, what are your thoughts on this Purple Rain play?
I think it's dangerous to take something so iconic. And I mean, it's like, there's such a specific, it's such a specific phenomenon. I just don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are actually, just like Joni says here, Joni said, I was super against this project, but I'm overly relieved that Chris was cast. He was born for this. If you've never seen Chris, he does have that look. And if they really spend time working on him kind of spending time with those mannerisms, not because he has to, because again, this is a Purple Rain adaptation. It's not trying to mimic anything. It's a revision. It is essentially what it is. But I think that the director or the people that are involved in this, specifically with Chris Collins, are going to need to, say to him, look, Prince fans we're a different breed. So let just know that people would like to be able to see mannerisms, would like to be able to see, obviously we know that you're not going to sing like Prince. We know that you're not going to, perform and do everything like that, like Prince, or, there's only one Prince. That's the reality of it. But some of the mannerisms and some of the, I think it would behoove him to be able to kind of spend some time focusing on some of those things and watching and rewatching. And I imagine that's part of his process during this anyways. But I would think that would be a good thought for Chris to consider when Prince fans come into this building, because there's going to be some things that there's not going to be tolerance for. If you're nothing like Prince, there's obviously not tolerance for that. But
considering that John Travolta was Warner Brothers' pick to play the lead in the movie.
Doc is Dr. Fink, Jeremy.
There's just so much to get wrong. There's just I just don't know, man.
Yeah. So there, and it was a good idea for them to call him the Kid also, and not Prince in this too. I think there was a lot of a forethought to go, yeah, let's not say Prince, because when we say Prince, people are automatically going to start putting up these walls. I think very smart to say the Kid and not Prince. Very smart.
Sure.
So,
yeah,
for sure. Anyways, and Henry says it's hard to get some fans to understand adaptation in regard to this. I still want to see what they do with it. Yeah, I think we do too. And I would say I wouldn't be surprised if the celebration next year that going to see a special performance of this in Minneapolis wasn't part of the package deal that they have for the next celebration. And
will it still be playing then?
That's a good question. I don't know. But it wouldn't surprise me if it had a run there in Minneapolis. I thought they would. I mean, wasn't this the intention of this, to be off Broadway or eventually be Broadway, or be moving it towards that? I thought that was the whole point of this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that it was always being marketed as a Broadway play. I don't know the details of that. I don't know some of the inner workings of that. Someone said that yes, Rachel Webb was the girl who did Apollonian a couple years ago, and if that's the case, have no fear, because that girl is a monster.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, Joni says, isn't it moving to Broadway? Yeah, that was my assumption, is that it was going to be on Broadway. I would love to see it on Broadway, for sure. But Broadway also has this mystique to. Have you ever seen a Broadway show on Broadway?
No, I went to see Beauty and the Beast like 30 years ago.
but on Broadway though.
No, it was at the Orpheum here in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Well, to see a show on Broadway, Broadway is kind of broad, because Broadway is a road called Broadway that run through New York City, and there are lots of theaters up and down that street of various sizes, of various quality, various. So you can see a Broadway show in a shitty theater with like really old creaky seats. And I mean, you can, there's some Broadway theaters that are not, that shouldn't really be, they should probably be condemned, some of these places, but I've seen big ones. I saw Neil Simon play on Broadway. My mom was really well connected in New York City, and we saw the new David Letterman. That's where I met Quincy Jones. She was really, really well. Matter of fact, I found a lot of photos of her hanging out with a variety of different stars and stuff. And I was like, gosh, Mom, you just kind of killed it. All right. Okay. I see you. All right. So, and she was the one who actually introduced me to Quincy when I was a teenager, and I didn't know who Quincy was. And she goes, you need to get a picture with Quincy Jones. And Quincy was like, excuse me, like, can my son get a picture with you? And I was just like, all right. And I like posed with him and got a picture. And I got a picture with Quincy. And I think my mom kind of looked at me like, you'll thank me later.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. One of the greatest.
Yeah. So
I share a birthday with Quincy Jones.
Oh, nice. That's right. wait a minute. When was your birthday? When day's your birthday?
March 14th.
March 14th. Okay.
It's me, Quincy, Albert Einstein, and Kirby Puckett.
Man, a bunch of geniuses born on that.
Oh
day.
yeah,
All right,
a
okay.
few dudes. Yeah, me and Sonny saw Kirby Puckett at this restaurant in Minneapolis called JD Hoyt's. It's up the street from Bunkers. We went in there and we saw Kirby, and we started walking to our table, and we were looking, and his wife was giving us the evil eye, like, "Don't you come over here and disturb our meal," you know. But you know, and we weren't going to really, you know, be disruptive. Right. Just like, hey, we just waved and kept moving. You know?
Who is the rudest celebrity you've ever met?
Wow, man, I can't.
I'll tell you who was I mean, if they're rude, who gives a shit what they think? For me, go ahead.
People are seldom super rude to me because I'm a kind of a big boy and I hit stuff with a stick for a living. I usually get the best representation of a person, you know, and even the people that I had a bad first meeting with at some point when, you know, we ran into each other again, they were much more like, I don't want to douse anybody, man. I got no throwaways. I can't think of somebody I met where it's like, yeah, I don't care if anybody knows. But if you got one, I'm curious to hear.
Yeah, I'll give you one because I've told the story before. He's a golfer, Jack Nicklaus.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was, matter of fact, I know I've mentioned it here in the chat room because people were like, "I can't believe you did that." He was going. We had a place that we were staying at on the 5th hole of the Heritage Golf Classic course. And they were going through a practice round, and in between the 4th hole and the 5th hole, they're just walking. They're not playing. I'm not interrupting play. They're walking. And I walk up to Jack, and I was maybe 12 at the time. And I said, "Can I get your autograph, Jack?" And he goes, "Get out of my face, kid."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay. You know, I was like, wow, okay. All right. Okay.
You know what?
I see you.
I just remember one thing. I went to see Shaka Khan play at a club somewhere in Los Angeles. This is after I had worked for her. She actually her drummer at the time, this guy named Franklin Vanderbilt. He had just got the gig. He was like, "Come out and see me play with the band, man." So I was out and I was standing somewhere and I heard like, "Hey!" And I turned around and it was like Star Jones. And apparently I was standing like in her sight line. She couldn't see the show. Like, just kind of, yeah, she was just like, if you don't get your, you know, it's, you know, so I mean, what are you going to do? I can't hear you. What happened? I can't hear you now.
Star Jones has got that vibe though. Sorry.
Yeah. Expect her to, that's what I'm saying. Some people just ignorant and that's just, you know.
Some people told me that, I've heard 2 stories about Frankie Beverly, rest in peace, but I've heard 2 stories about Frankie Beverly being that way too, where people was just like, I had a friend who was a really good photographer and he took a great picture of Frankie Beverly and he went up to him and said, "Can I get your autograph?" And he was just like, you know, "Get out of my face." It was the same type of thing. It was just like, "I don't have time for you." It's just like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, because this was like in the 80s. It was just like, I got you had to go through a process to print out a photo, to take the photo, get it processed, print it out, carry, you know, this is a whole thing. It's not like today where you can go click, save, print, and then bring it. It was a thing.
It took a real effort.
Yes. So, and he just, So, and I heard multiple stories on Frankie Beverly. So, and then of course, I'm sure there's other stories where it's like, "Oh, no, I met Frankie and he was amazing. He gave me a back rub."
I'm thinking about it now. Even Diddy was more polite to me than Star Jones. Well, there's that. I met Diddy. I was at the record plant in LA. I was recording with I think I was recording with Dion Ferris. It was she was working on a sophomore record that never came out. But like even Diddy was like, "Yeah, well, hey now."
Did he hop on?
Like, Did he what now?
I said, did he hop on your back like the Dave Chappelle skit?
No, he did not. No, he did not. He did not.
That would have been great. That would have been awesome. All right. Let's talk. Ready? Are we doing this? Are we doing this?
Are we getting into it for real now?
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
I guess it's time, isn't it? We've been on for a minute.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get into it because I know you guys want to talk about it, and we're going to talk about the Apollonia court case. Now, let me preface talking about this before pre-knowing anything, not reading the 14-page complaint, which, by the way, I have made available to all of you. I just linked to it. Funkatopia.com/apples. So just go to funkatopia.com/apples, APPLES. Obviously, FUNKATOPIA.com. Funkatopia.com/apples will take you to the document. It's a 14-page document. Before reading this in its entirety, line by line, I didn't understand what the case was about because the only way that the media was saying, the only thing the media was saying was Apollonia is suing the estate because they're trying to steal her name. And I was just like, I just couldn't wrap my head around what was happening. It just didn't understand. I don't understand what you're talking about, stealing your name, or I couldn't wrap my head around it. And so I just didn't see how she had a case. And then, of course, what we'll talk about in detail. And then when the estate released a statement on Twitter, and I think they may have done it on Instagram too, talking about the frivolous lawsuit and everything. I'll share it with you so you don't have to dig it through. We're going to go through this. I was like, oh, this must be the same type of frivolous. And the reason why my mind immediately goes to frivolous is because I literally received a cease and desist. Was it 2 weeks ago? Funkatopia received a cease and desist from Prince. not Prince's estate. There is this person. I'm not even going to share who this person is, but there is this person who is representing this agency that says that Prince is alive. Like multiple people that we think are dead are not, and they're being hidden from the government and blah, 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 blah. And so they send these court cases out saying that I need to stop talking about Prince or sharing whatever. And it's like, I don't share anything that's not public knowledge as it is. Because, this is Prince and you're not honoring my legacy. And was like, what? Okay. Wow. That's like way off base. And so when you see something crazy, like way off left field, than this, I'll have to share that document with you, by the way. Might share it with everybody.
Yeah.
But anyways, it makes it a lot more believable that somebody can just create a court case and throw it out there, regardless whether or not it has merit. And without knowing the details of what Apollonia was going through, and because of the fact I really haven't heard much from her or know much about her other than her podcast, which I think I've watched an episode or two of. No offense, I don't have time to watch podcasts. Anyways, I just feel like I just didn't understand it. So let me just go ahead, and that was already a big preface. I've got an additional preface. I am not going to be taking sides as we do this. Okay. You guys are in the chat room are free to do so. You're going to do that anyways. But I was asked by members of the estate when I was at the celebration. I'm not going to name names, but I was asked by the estate, representatives of the estate, to kind of keep some of the, how do I put this, unenlightened commentary, I guess would be maybe to a minimum. Pretty please. And so I understand the reach that we have. I understand that we reach a lot of Prince fans, and we're, when you get enough so that we get called out a couple times at the celebration. You know what I'm saying? And we, Michael, I think we've done a good job at kind of keeping some of the misinformation reduced.
Yes.
And being pretty clear about, rumors and conjecture. I think the scroll is going across the bottom right now.
Yes, sure.
So, and at the sake of still being me, I'm just, people have certain expectations that I'm going to like walk up to that line and take off my shoes and put my pinky toe over it. People know that I'm going to do that.
Well,
it's just, anyway. So let's start there. That's where we started. So let's talk about this Apollonia case as it is stated in the 14-page complaint filed by Apollonia. And again, if you want to read it yourself, just go to funkatopia.com/apples, and it will take you right to the court case. I'm not housing it. I don't have it. It's just going to take you to where it's at online already. And I'm going to do my best to stay on track here and read this for what it is. I'm not reading I'm not reading it. Right. But there are going to be like chunks that I've copied. I was like, I need to talk about that. And again, we are not associated or affiliated in any way with the Prince Estate or Apollonia or any of that. This is just us talking. We're just talking here. Mm-hmm. And additionally, neither Michael Bland or myself are legal counsel or have law degrees. You don't have a law degree, do you?
A law degree? No. That's not one of the degrees I got.
Yeah. So anyways, so Apollonia basically is claiming that the estate is trying to steal her name and filed this 14-page complaint naming the defendant as Paisley Park LLC. Now, for those that follow closely, you're kind of like, that's interesting that it's the defendant is Paisley Park LLC as opposed to OAT or whatever the other iterations are that are causing problems or whatever. But as you read the case, they keep referring to the estate. But the defendant is Paisley Park Enterprises LLC, and shows the Audubon address in Chanhassen, and it purports to be according to the case, they are presenting themselves as if they are the estate of Prince Rogers Nelson by and through Comerica Bank and Trust NA, which Comerica is not even part of the mix anymore, are they? I don't know. I don't think that they are. I don't think that they are. And essentially, this is verbatim from the contract as far as how they're naming them as defendant. I want to read this part because I think it's an important piece of the puzzle. It says, plaintiff is informed and believes and based thereon alleges that all times relevant to this complaint, there existed a relationship between each of the defendants in the nature of joint venture, partnership, principal, agent, blah, 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 blah. What they're saying is that Paisley Park is representative of everybody in the estate, and that the estate is fully aware of everything that's going on in regards to this case. So that, eventually nobody can say Paisley Park they can't say Paisley Park is doing what? Apollonia is basically saying that the estate in its entirety knows what's going on. Now here's what Apollonia is claiming, just so we're clear. It claims that the estate has embarked, and this is verbatim. I'm doing my best not to go off track here. Verbatim on the case, it says that the estate has embarked on an aggressive campaign with the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board, attempting to cancel Apollonia's trademark registrations and block her applications, saying that she is not the rightful owner of the Apollonia trademark. So what's happening is Apollonia already has a trademark on the name Apollonia, and also has a trademark on the name of her podcast, which is Apollonia Studio 6. And I think that she also has, I believe, I can't remember, I'll have to reread this one part, but I believe she also has the trademark on Apollonia 6. And the only reason why she has the trademark on that is because one did not exist before. So I guess she saw that was not there. It was not existent. And she was like, I'm kind of Apollonia 6, so I'll get that. And now what's happening is that Paisley Park, the estate is kind of coming in and trying to say, okay, time out. That is Apollonia 6 is obviously, that's a Prince creation. Okay, that's very simply a Prince creation. I mean, it was Vanity 6 before. Vanity didn't want to be in Purple Rain, so Apollonia came in and he made the name Apollonia 6. Yes, that is her middle name, but Apollonia 6 as Apollonia 6, I'm doing air quotes now, is Prince's creation. I mean, do you agree with that?
Do I agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was probably his idea.
Right. It's not saying that, well, so I guess what ended up happening is that when the estate tried to file for trademark on Apollonia 6, what ended up happening was it was rejected because of Apollonia's trademark and that it would, cause confusion. And the estate's basically fighting with the trademark office and basically saying it's not going to cause confusion. Everybody knows that Apollonia 6 is Prince's creation, blah, 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 blah. Yes, they know that Apollonia is in the band, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about this, that, and the other. And I guess as part of this also, they also are trying to get the trademark on Apollonia as Apollonia. Now, obviously, of those two things, her getting the name Apollonia seems like that's doable. I mean, that's doable for her to maintain her trademark. She's been Apollonia. Sure. She's been performing as an actress for decades.
Yes.
I don't see how you wouldn't have a case on that. I just don't. But on the Apollonia 6 side of things, I'm kind of.
If you put the 6 on, it's something else.
Yeah, it's something else. It's something else at that point for sure. So what? I mean,
and if the state, if the estate has a copyright on Vanity 6, then they should have had a copyright on Apollonia 6 also.
I kind of feel like, so there's this contention going on, and what's muddy in this case is that they're making it look like that the estate is trying to come in and snatch these trademarks away from her. And I think that the only reason why it's getting kind of, this is my opinion, and this is just my thought process. They're trying to get the trademark on Apollonia 6. I really, honestly, personally, I don't believe that the estate has any interest in Apollonia as the name. I really don't. I think when they got their hand slapped trying to trademark Apollonia 6 because it had been done prior, I think that they got pissed and were like, all right, well, you know what? We want this and we want that.
Sure.
It's just like, we're going to, let's cause a big promotion. Now, obviously this causes problems with Apollonia because this is her livelihood. She's got, and in all honesty, when you think of the name of her podcast, which is Apollonia Studio 6, that's kind of a play on Apollonia. It's not kind of a play. Yes, it is a play on Apollonia 6.
I agree. And she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she does know what she's doing. And she did trademark Apollonia Studio 6.
Yeah.
She did trademark.
So then she definitely knows what she's doing.
She definitely knows what she's doing. However, I still feel like it could end up being a little bit of an Achilles heel for her if because I don't think she has much of a case regarding Apollonia 6 as the name Apollonia 6.
I don't think so either.
Because there's another side to this. Let me pause just for a second and let me take a look and see. Let me see what's going on in the chat room here to see if there's anything that I'm missing here. Actually, what if you can just keep an eye on the chat room and see if there's anything that somebody says specifically that may be worth noting.
Yeah, I've been looking, but I don't think we missed anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, but I'm trying to also.
Joni back at 7:57 p.m. said the estate has a trademark on Vanity 6 and the time only.
Yeah, but according to this case, there's some other things that are going on in the mix that has just kind of exacerbated the situation.
Yeah.
Anyways, she's just saying that it's going to destroy her livelihood, her identity. It's interfering with Apollonia's relationships with her industry partners.
She's the only Apollonia anybody knows about.
True. I mean, besides the Godfather, which is a character.
Oh, right. The Godfather. Yeah, sure. The Godfather.
Right. So, and the other part of this is that according to the case, according to the complaint, again, funkatopia.com/apples, according to the case, she is saying that she's being threatened by the defendants to comply with their demands, including giving up her name and the trademark applications and registrations. And I don't know. I just think the more I kind of look over some of this stuff, it doesn't make a whole bunch of sense to me.
Yeah.
Because as I said, Apollonia 6 is definitely Prince's creation. I don't know what the reasoning would be. I don't know what the reasoning would be for the estate to try to get trademark on the name, because the only value that name has to them is Apollonia 6. Because it's not like there's Apollonia merchandise.
Yes, but certainly, I mean, considering Purple Rain is the phenomenon,
right?
And that her, it's the crowning jewel. So it's I mean, she's in the movie. Yep. She's on the record. She's, it's, I think her association as Apollonia is relevant, I think, in that respect.
Yeah, here's the thing regarding the state having the trademark for Apollonia 6. According to the case, the complaint, they tried to get the trademarking for Apollonia 6, but they didn't do it until 2018, 2 years after Prince had died. So they didn't even bother to even do that until 2018. And then it got rejected because 2 years prior, Apollonia got the trademark for Apollonia 6 in 2016. So that's the reason why it got rejected. She had it. So the estate does not have trademark on Apollonia 6, according to what this complaint says. Now, whether or not that's been updated and that's changed, I don't know, but I can tell you.
That's what somebody over here is saying. I think that the trademark for Apollonia 6, which Apollonia had, is now in play because it expired. Is that possible?
I mean, it could well be. I do know that the trademarks have, I guess there's 5, 10, 15. There's like a variety of different things, but there's actually another component to this too. And that is that back in 1984, 85, she signed, again, this is all in the complaint. This is not rumor and conjecture. This is coming directly from that complaint. That she signed some contracts underneath this organization called Waters Production. I think was the name of it was called Waters Productions, I think is what it was called. And that was a company that Prince had and oversaw. But they basically maintained all the contracts, that all the actors, all the performers and everything signed contracts, and they were, Waters Productions was all over the contracts or whatever. And she signed things in that contract that said that she could not use the likeness, blah, 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 without prior consent and all that other stuff.
Okay.
But however, Waters Productions no longer exists anymore.
Okay.
But the estate is saying we manage all of Prince's IP. So even everything that existed there that has to do anything to do with Prince is underneath our umbrella. So I don't know what the statute of limitations are, but according to the complaint, Apollonia is saying the statute of limitations is already burned on those contracts. We're talking, over 40 years later. It just can't be. And I don't know, again, no law degree here. I don't know what the statute of limitations is on that stuff. I have no idea. And maybe somebody here knows. I don't know. So, it's just, I just think that there were so many things that he did not do. And maybe I'm not talking Prince specifically, but there were so many things that got missed as, little things like that. Some of these things not being trademark is just shocking to me. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. He moved quick, you know, and so a lot of details got swept under the rug,
Yeah. So all that was essentially what was going on. And we talked about, the water productions. We talked about them. I just made a couple of notes. But then I guess for whatever reason, Prince Estate released this comment on their socials. This is one of two. They said, regrettably, Miss Patty Catero, aka Apollonia, filed a frivolous lawsuit as she acknowledges Apollonia is the name Prince gave to the character played by Miss Catero in Prince's movie Purple Rain over 40 years ago. We never instructed her to cease using her adopted professional name, nor did we object to her business activities. In fact, we repeatedly offer her opportunities to perform at Paisley Park using this professional name. And then it goes on to say, Miss Catero's unwarranted lawsuit comes at the tail end of years-long disputes before the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board concerning trademark registrations, in which rulings are imminent and with respect to which we have sought a settlement numerous times, despite her highly unreasonable demands. Unsurprisingly, her suit fails to acknowledge the cancellation of her Apollonia registration by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. We look forward to the rulings in the pending trademark proceedings and a dismissal of Ms. Catero's recent federal action. As is our duty, we will continue to protect and preserve Prince's assets and legacy.
Sure.
There you go.
Well, yeah.
That pretty much says it.
Yeah, it sounds like, she left that little bit out, huh?
Well, yeah. So, and if it did expire, if the trademark did expire, that may be part of what's happening here too, is that she realized that the trademark had expired, but the estate was already on top of it. They were probably, if it expired on March 10th, they were probably sitting there at the keyboard on March 11th going, and hit enter.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm telling you that shit happens. So
sure. Well, I mean, whatever it is, be about it.
Yeah. I really, honestly, I kind of feel like, and no offense to Apollonia, even if it may come across this way, but I really kind of feel like Apollonia really hasn't, God, I don't know how to say this nicely without sounding like an asshole, but I mean, I really don't know much about her other than, Falcon's Crest and then her appearance in Purple Rain. And of course, as a offshoot of that, Apollonia 6. I mean, I know that she has the podcast, but I don't know what she's done. Are you aware of what the point of that? The point of me saying that obviously is it is her livelihood, and her livelihood is tied up in that association with Prince. That is a core identity for her.
Sure.
I
don't know what other business she's done that's been outside of her association with the Prince brand.
Yeah, I know that she's made some random appearances in like some shows and stuff, like Real Quick Show here, and like a quick appearance or whatever.
So Simon says she's got less than 30 acting credits at 810 down here.
So I can see why she does not obviously want to go up against the estate. They have much deeper pockets than she does. So if they want to stretch this out, they can make shit real miserable real quick.
Sure.
For and they would if they're pushing her. But I've gotten to know some of the people from the estate, and regardless of some of the things that I've heard, some of the things that I know that they do have, Prince's best interest at heart in some regards. There's parts of it that it's just so corporate that it's just like, whew, this is these are very corporate things. And I get it.
Sure.
There's a profit motive here, because you have to be able to make a profit in order to kind of keep this thing going.
Yes.
You have to have there has to be money involved. I get that. And I think that's the part for Prince fans that's so hard to swallow. It's just like, you should be doing this for the legacy of Prince. And it's like, all right, but you got bills to pay. There's things that have to happen as a result of, there's still plans for that Around the World in a Day box set to be coming out this year. That was the statement that we heard, and that there was also going to be drips of singles and stuff like the free acoustic stuff and things like that will be dropping on a regular. Haven't really seen much of that, but this is what we were told was coming. So, and I do realize that a lot of those things cost money, and I know that they're probably getting close to the finish line here with the Around the World in a Day stuff. I know that there was a lot of players involved, and so we're looking forward to a lot of that stuff. But the whole point of that is all that stuff costs crazy amounts of money, and
yes.
you hope that you can recoup it, and that there's going to be enough of a fan demand to recoup those costs that are going to be involved in some of the things that they're planning. But I tell you, I do feel like there should be some better strategic people in place for some of the things on the social media side, on the marketing side, definitely on the marketing side. Just with the distribution stuff. I mean, and I'm not talking about the box sets. I'm talking about some of these drips that they've been talking about. I just don't think they have the right people in place right now, or just not anybody at all to kind of make those things happen. I just think there's too much going on and not enough executioners or people to execute, basically. Not enough cooks in the kitchen. And I don't know how to fix that, because I don't know what the numbers look like. But
sure.
I mean, where do you feel like, I'll give you a little bit of time to talk. Where do you feel like the biggest shortcoming is in regards to what you've seen from the estate? Not in any type of negative connotation, but what do you feel like, I wish we would see more of X?
I can only tell you the things that I've heard from other people. I know that people, closer to our age, some of us will generally complain if there's not enough places to sit.
Yep.
Parking is always some sort of an issue for somebody. I feel like I've heard that people wish that they changed their exhibits a little more frequently.
Yeah.
These are just the general things that I've heard, but I mean,
I know that the biggest thing that people talk about is the releases. That's it. I mean, because I think that there's so much mystery and mystique, same thing pretty much, that's redundant, of the stuff that's inside the vault.
I guess there's that too. I mean, but I guess I was thinking more of like the celebration. But you did say in general.
Well, yeah,
you were non-specific at least.
Well, and as far as the celebration is concerned, yeah, I feel like I'm glad that they listened at this last celebration to what we were saying and some of the things that I guess other people were saying too. But I know that there seemed to be a big correlation about when we were kind of presenting things and the way things kind of dropped out, that I kind of felt like, I feel like we had a pretty big impact on some of the things that they may have decided to do.
It definitely seemed like they got more forthright about like information.
Right.
They got less cryptic about like what was going to be happening.
Right. And I think, I think that was a little bit validated again by the call outs at the celebration itself, that they were to kind of indicate, we're watching you. We can hear what you're saying, but shut the fuck up type of thing.
Basically. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. They thanked you to keep your big mouth shut,
right?
In a way. But,
we hear you now. Shh.
But I think they also, we mentioned that wasn't no real schedule for those bands to be playing on. And they adapted their schedule to give everybody a little more breathing room.
Right. Yeah. There was that. And also the kind of push to say, we don't want Purple Rain 2.0.
Yeah.
So there were some things that we were saying, don't do this, don't do that, and don't do this.
I mean, obviously nobody's deciding for them. They're
right.
Hopefully we're offering sound counsel. And that's all we're really trying to do generally anyway.
Right. That's it. I mean, it's good that we can be a little bit of a sounding board for Prince fans, and that we know that they do watch and they listen, and and if they execute those things to the fans' cry, great. And if it's because of us, great. If it's because you're listening in general, fantastic. That's all we're getting at, is that the people that are in power right now, I'm trying not to be, the people that are in power right now aren't the level of Prince fans that this crowd is. We're like ravenous, hardcore Prince fans. I'm not saying they're not hardcore Prince fans, and they obviously have, reasons to now, obviously too, but they're not ravenous like they're not ravenous like us. And so it's just not, and that's going to be typical with corporate stuff.
Well, not only that, I mean, I don't know how it serves them to be fanatical about the thing. I mean, it's more important that they stay objective, but I think you also do you've got to trust somebody who is realistic about things. You know what I mean? Like they need an outside voice that they can trust.
Right.
Know?
Somebody that has a really crazy in-depth knowledge of Prince stuff and knows what the people.
Yeah. Who's not going to say, I think we should release the Rebels record, and they don't need that. They don't need that person like digging through the crumbs in the toaster after you done took the slice out there trying to get all that Prince. They want that stuff.
No, it's obvious that you need somebody who's well aware of what's still in the vault, what's available, not in its entirety. Obviously, we're no Dwayne Tudor here, but it's somebody who knows. But we know enough about what is in there and what people are asking for, and also know the probability of its ability to make money.
Yes.
To bring them a profit. We understand the concept of ROI and just like the Rebels. Be fantastic. We would love to hear it, but I ain't gonna make money.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just it'll be fantastic, and the people that have it would love maybe some crazy limited run on the Rebels that's only like 1,000 copies or something, something crazy like that.
Yes, there are conventional ways to satisfy these sort of tertiary needs and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like,
and this goes to the NPG Music Club thing. Mm-hmm. Shout out to NPG Music Club.
Yes, sir.
This goes to the reinstitution of NPG Music Club that they were also hinting at, that they were thinking they're wanting to do, to kind of make it so that there is a place where the hardcore fans can get those pieces that they're like, I gotta have it. I need to hear all the variations of Gold. I need to hear all.
I mean, if they really wanted to get like evil about it, you could press only so many copies and auction them. I mean,
right.
If you really want to get the coin,
right. And that's the type of thing, is that, you make things that are only specifically available, and, it's going to create a resale market right out of the gate, just like original copies of the Black Album. It's
Sure.
just,
Right.
it's you can have those types of things and still be able to create an umbrella of pretty good revenue generating madness.
That's right. Yeah.
Because with something like the MPG Music Club, that is going to be a subscription based model where fans are going to be just hammering it and just
get that soft money. Yeah.
You are creating just an ongoing revenue that just keeps on coming every single month, as long as you're putting those drops in the bucket. But you got to have somebody who can execute. You got to be somebody that's going to be able to support all those technical issues. If you're going to be making it a computer-based type of thing, it's going to be you need to have that foundation in place that's going to be able to handle those issues. Like, I paid for it, but I didn't get that down. There's got to be stuff. There's got to be.
It's got to be monitored and
So
Cheryl Covington said at 820 that they don't care about his. Well, I don't believe that, but what they do care about definitely is money.
Right. Because I mean, you look at
even if they didn't care about the music, they still care about.
Right. Well, you look at the Patreon scenario. We have a Patreon page, and we might as well do a quick plug for that as well. But please support Funkatopia. You can join our family at patreon.com/Funkatopia, patreon.com/Funkatopia. We have lots of really cool little things. I'm going to be doing some Patreon exclusive videos and stuff. I just started tinkering with TikTok and things. I send out files and advanced information, and I try to do as much as I possibly can. But patreon.com/Funkatopia. But what I'm saying is that something like that for the estate, not necessarily through Patreon, it can be, that's a subscription based thing that they can just log into, and it's something simplified. Maybe you get Sam Jennings back in the mix and say, Sam, what is this new? We need to create a new MPG Music Club. We don't need it to be as graphical as what Prince had you do back in the day. But let's do a new MPG Music Club with its own login areas and whatnot. I mean, I'm sure he still knows how to do his thing. So, anyways, there's so much they could do there.
Absolutely.
But anyways, there's just so much going on. And I realize there's a lot of moving pieces, and I realize there's a lot of things that they've got to focus on to kind of get things moving. I know that they're focused right now on the Around the World in a Day box set and kind of finishing that up. And I mean, is an assumption that that's where they're at in this mix if they're going for a 2025 release, like they announced at Celebration. So I get it. There's a lot to do, but as I said in the beginning of this, there are tons of people who are willing to do it. There are tons of people who are willing to do the work. There's people here that are here to do it. You want us to help. There's people here to help, and capabilities are all through the Prince community.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm curious as to what you folks in the chat room think, as far as where you kind of feel, when this is not a negative, this is not a bashing thing, is what would you like to see more of? Obviously, I think the number one answer is always going to be releases. But I personally think that their biggest wins are going to be, to satiate people, would be something like the NPG Music Club, a simplistic version of it that doesn't require, maybe it is something like a Patreon that already has a backbone of a system, so you don't have to support it. It could be Patreon that supports it or something. Still be able to set something up like that. But I know that they have bigger ideas for the MPG Music Club, which is, doing some radio shows and doing some exclusive releases, but all that stuff you can do through Patreon. So there's simple and quick ways to get to it, but they're going to want to make it so that it's a branded experience. And I don't know that Patreon really offers that much of a branded experience. I think you have to go, Patreon looks like Patreon. It looks like a white and black post. That's what it is. I don't know. But it still does what it does. Physical product could be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles, I agree. Physical product would be fantastic. And I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot, and I don't envy them at all, because I know there's a lot of bitching and moaning going on right now, and to kind of have to deal with crazy cases, like, not crazy cases. I mean, Apollonia is trying to defend her livelihood. But the problem is that, again, her identity is so closely tied to the Prince estate that it's very, very difficult to separate the two.
Yeah, I'm not sure she's she's headed in the right direction with this. It seems more like she should be trying to conspire with the estate.
And according to the estate's statement, they said they've reached out to her multiple times to try to do some type of something together, and that I guess that her demands were, what was the terminology that, let me put that back up. The terminology that they use, we repeatedly offer your opportunities to perform at Paisley Park using her professional name. Highly unreasonable demands.
Oh,
and I don't, I guess they've tried to come to some type of settlement in regards to the trademark or whatever, but
okay.
I don't know.
Well, if they get it ironed out, I can put together a bad band to play behind Apollonia.
Oh, absolutely.
You probably could get Susan and Brenda too. Why not?
I think Susan kind of stepped away. I think Susan's a very difficult person to find. She's just kind of, she's not difficult to find, but she doesn't participate much in any of this types of stuff.
Yeah.
But,
okay. Well, hey, listen, I get it.
Maybe we should manifest it.
All right,
we're about manifesting up in here.
Yeah,
for sure.
Things kind of happen.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. It's just I wish that the dust would settle so that they could get the work done that needs to get done as far as the music is concerned. It's just it's a lot. You hope that they can kind of work things out. But when you have lawsuits like this that take up time, and it may be that they stumbled into this situation, just kind of trademarking stuff as they're trying to kind of get the physical product moving. They're like, okay, before we do that, we need to trademark Apollonia. Wait, it's already trademarked. It's like, oh, what's happening here? And the next thing you know, you're in a battle and you're like, oh shoot, you just kicked up a rock that had a den of snakes.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's and man, restraint of trade is a real thing, but you got to be realistic about things. Yeah, like, I mean, maybe she's got some business angle, some stuff going that we don't know about.
I don't know. I do see the multiple opportunities, as I've said, that the estate could easily make some easy, quick money on that really don't take a whole bunch of time to prep. There are a lot of songs that are already in the vault that have already pretty much been mastered, and then at the last minute Prince changed his mind on it, but there's songs that are in there that have not been heard.
Sure.
So there's no reason why you can't start doing the drips. I know it's great to be focusing on the box sets, we're all about it, but in the meantime, there's an audience here that I guess really feels like they need to be satiated, and in the meantime, all the people that we want to try to get to be Prince fans, to try to establish the next generation of Prince fans, they have no idea. This generation doesn't even know who Prince is. It's just there are people that are not familiar with Prince's music at all in this generation right now. We're already in that mold already. That's tough. It's tough. I don't want to see. Luckily, Prince has enough material and enough stuff to kind of keep it going.
Enough hits anyway to keep.
Oh yeah, sure.
To keep generations interested, but
I just wish that they would reach out and ask for help in some form or fashion. I mean, it's not like we wouldn't be willing to help and kind of move this process along. And we understand the processes. Do we understand some of the challenges that you were experiencing that you're not sharing as far as like the legal and stuff? Obviously not. So you can fill that in when we get to that.
Sure.
But
but if also we keep an open forum, anybody from the estate want to come on and rebut?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I would enjoy that, actually. You know,
absolutely, I would. I think I've been biting my tongue, and I think everybody has noticed that kind of definitely shifted since I've had discussions with them over the past couple of celebrations. It's like, all right, you know what? Fair enough. I'm not trying to take swipes at anybody. I'm not trying to say you're not doing your job, because there's a lot of things that I don't know. There's a lot of pieces that I am not privy to. So I shouldn't be making comments on things that I'm not privy to. And so I did have to kind of take a step back and go, all right, you know what? I can appreciate that the audience appreciates that I'm, this loud mouthpiece, but I also need to make sure that if we're going to be doing this, that it has to be done in a reasonable way that is a balance between, the audience's perspective, but also being fair, not to, throw the estate under the bus for, something we don't have the full picture on. And that's the reason why I was really apprehensive talking about the Apollonia case until I was able to sit down and read all 14 pages of that complaint. Because you don't want to sit here and just spin in circles talking about it and not totally understanding everything that was going on. But
sure,
if you guys want to read it again, funkatopia.com/apples. Has anybody ever called, what do you say? Has anybody ever called you the Al Bundy of Prince fans? LOL. No, no.
Al Bundy. What? I don't get the comparison.
Yeah, I don't know what that comparison is either.
You're not that negative, and
yeah,
some of your one-liners are cheap.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And Tracy is saying that she believes the issue is that the estate is now promoting the musical with the Apollonia character for advertising and merchandise. Okay. Now, well, we don't necessarily know that there will be Apollonia merchandise. Not saying that there won't be, but that could very well be a point, that when this Broadway play comes out, that the character Apollonia, just kind of like when you go to see any of the Cirque du Soleil shows or any of the Disney shows or whatever, there's merchandising for sometimes for the individual characters, like,
sure,
for the in the plays. And maybe that, maybe that was a plan to have merchandise for the Apollonia character in the play. And so that's the reason why they needed to kind of try to wrap up that trademark. I mean, that's
probably why they went looking.
Yeah. So, but on the same note, Apollonia already has that trademark, but that's the name of the character in the movie too. So it's not like you can't.
Right.
I don't know. It's tricky, because technically Apollonia as an actress, she existed before the name of that character in the movie, because Falcon's Crest preceded Purple Rain, and she was Apollonia
Cotero, right?
Cotero. But Apollonia as just Apollonia, that didn't exist until the movie. And while he did use her actual middle name, I don't know. If you're the judge on that, I don't know where you sit, because if she did trademark her name before they actually thought to trademark her name, then she technically has it. But then there was a discussion that we just heard about the potential about the trademark being expired and it's done.
Yeah.
So if it is expired, then that's, oh man.
Well, then she's, I don't know.
Simon Stone says she was Patty until the movie.
Really? Okay.
Patty Cotero. Yes, I know. Apollonia is a character in The Godfather. Yes.
Yes. Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday.
Yeah, everybody's saying she was Patty before the movie. So not everybody, just Simon Stone said it twice.
Simon will do that. Hey, Simon.
Yeah. In case you didn't hear me.
He doesn't like
copy,
to be ignored.
Paste.
I said she was Patty before the movie.
I said. In case you didn't hear me.
Right. We just went right past it. Nobody said nothing. Yep. He's had to say it with his
artist, formerly known as
Prince. Don't apologize, man. We just poking.
I love you, baby, honestly. I want to dee-da-dee-da-dee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee. Oh, see.
Are you hearing these clips? I'm not hearing the clips.
I heard Sheila.
Oh, you did? The deedle. Okay. Yeah, I'm not hearing it on this end. Because I have the sound off here. So
all right.
Yeah, so
Falcon Crest came after the movie, apparently.
I thought Falcon Crest was in 82. I thought Falcon Crest was earlier than that. Anyways, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. According to the estate, it's not going to play out the way that Apollonia believes, but
okay,
I kind of feel like there has to be some type of amicable arrangement, because according to what the estate said, the estate is saying they're not saying anything about you can't use your name. That's what they said in the original part of that. We never said you couldn't use your name, but as far as the act of the trademark,
yeah,
okay. Kenny, she was on Falcon Crest after Purple.
Now okay. Well,
I don't know.
Is there somewhere? I guess. Yeah.
Well, they're probably right, because I am, because I think of like Dallas, and I think of those types of shows that were on back in those days, and I just thought Falcon Crest was part of that mix that would not predated, right? And that predated Purple Rain, but apparently I'm
Dynasty,
wrong.
all of that, yeah,
that was great. Yeah, no. Andre wants me to turn on the phones. I don't know that I can see. I don't know if I can turn on the phones, because last time when we had Jesse Johnson on, we were trying to connect via the Google Voice, and he was like, "Oh, this sounds like shit," and he wouldn't. So luckily, we ended up working that out, and he was able to go in the way that we wanted it.
Right.
But so I don't want to take that chance until we had a opportunity to kind of test it. But
yeah.
Anyways,
right. Yeah,
man, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff going on in the Purple world. This Broadway play, I just think there's so much going on. You can't, man.
Yeah,
so much going on. God bless all the folks that have to be on the front lines for this shit, because woof.
Not only that, they're premiering a play in Minnesota, like right around when, I hope we can never tell when winter is going to actually happen up this way. I mean, there's a very famous snowstorm that happened in 1991. I think it was like Halloween, and it snowed. It was several feet of snow.
Several feet. Wow.
Yeah.
I've experienced that a few, because I lived up north, but we obviously got snow, but there's only a couple of times that I can remember where the snow was just like crazy high.
Okay.
I mean, but we're talking about, 4 or 5 feet and above, to me, is just like insane, because it's so much friggin' snow.
It was that kind of thing. Like every year when it gets to be around Halloween on Facebook, all the old heads start posting about like, hey, remember this snowstorm? And every year it's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, we've had a couple blizzards here in Atlanta, not the 1/2-inch blizzards that shut the city down, but we actually had 1 year here, we actually had 2.5 feet of snow. And it was like 2.5, 3 feet of snow. It was 90, 92. and it hammered us. It
I think
hammered
that's when
us.
we were on the road then. That's and we got snowed into Atlanta.
Yeah, you definitely do, because they're not prepared like you guys up north have those salt domes all over the place
Right.
that we don't have any of that. They literally have to take out brine trucks and
Right.
drive it
Mhm.
do as best as they can.
I think this was early '93, and we had to charter a flight to get us to Canada.
Yeah,
It was deep, man.
Snow in Atlanta does not mix. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis lost their jobs because
that's
of it.
Right. Yeah, who
right here in Atlanta.
What are we talking about?
We don't do snow. We don't do snow.
Exactly. They learned the hard way.
Yeah, we just, because we just don't have the resources we can't allocate the resources to do it. We just got to just say, please don't happen. Please don't happen.
Yeah, right. Here we don't know when it's going to happen, but we know it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen, man. Well, I'm glad that we were able to kind of talk about some of this stuff. I don't know that we brought any more levity to the situation.
No, it's pretty dire, man. And it's just like this idea that we're living. I don't mean to kick up dust, because I see the 2-hour mark kind of coming close, but just the whole thing, this identity crisis that's going on now even with AI, and just the credentials, smart IDs, like you don't even own your own likeness anymore. It's we living in a crazy time, man.
Yeah, and I would say, and I just thought about this. Why couldn't they just name the character Apollonia 6? Just call her that.
Sure. Or call her 6.
You just call her Apollonia 6, and then because you have if it is confirmed that they do now have the trademark on Apollonia 6, just call her Apollonia 6. Just call her. There's people with weirder names than that. You're already calling Prince the Kid on this, and just call her Apollonia 6, and then that way you're covered, and you don't have to worry about battling this out. Let Apollonia keep doing her thing. I don't know.
It just
it seems like that's the easiest solution, is just change the name of the character and move on.
I'm still okay. So
it's her name. It's her name. What are you gonna?
Yes.
You can't just take away her name.
Do you think that's what they're trying to do?
No, they're not. They're not trying to take away her name. They're just trying to trademark her name. But then if they do that, if they're able to successfully do that, then she can't use her name. She feels like they're not going to let her freely use her name. Like, if she agreed to say, okay, you can use a trademark as long as I can keep doing my thing. And then a year goes by and they go, you got to stop doing your thing.
Sure.
And we have the paperwork right here.
The paperwork to say it. Yeah. Not only that,
you said, we said what? No, ma'am, we didn't say that.
Yeah, I guess somebody's saying that DJ Danny G says they don't want her to make a dime on her name. I don't know that their motives are so nefarious. No, it just the matters of the law are crazy, man.
This is just bookkeeping. That's what this is.
Bookkeeping. This is just propers, man. This is just business.
Yeah, I just I want to see the estate get ahead and do what they need to do, because if this is something that is holding up progress on a project, I hope that they get what they need, and I hope that Apollonia gets what she needs. Nobody wants to take away her livelihood, for sure. Nobody wants that. But
she earned that. She jumped in that water and everything.
Right, and it was freezing. She went. A lot of people don't know that story. That was freezing water. It was like a polar plunge. It was insane.
Oh, this dude is saying they don't want to have to pay her to use the name. That's the motivation.
And I did see the comment about Apollonia 6 is Apollonia, Brenda, and Susan. Yes, I understand that, but you can make it so it's her name, and you also give it the name of the band, and they're still representative of the band without hurting too many people's feelings. and that way, you're not stepping on each other's toes. I wouldn't be too upset if they said the name of this character is Apollonia 6, just like Eve, like Eve 7 or some kind of weird, name. Right. It's just something different, and you could brand it. I don't know. I think there's good luck. Good luck. Let's recap what the events that are going on.
Spell it with a Y. Apollonia. Replace the I with a Y.
Like baloney.
Yeah, like
Apollonia.
Apollonia. Or 2 A's, my wife said.
Right. It's got, besides the ones that are already in there.
One more A.
That's right.
3 A's.
So again, please make sure if you're a Fix fan and you happen to be in Atlanta, come join me at Variety Playhouse. I'm going to have a good time hanging out with those guys on this Wednesday night at Variety Playhouse, which is in Little 5 Points in Atlanta. But no matter where you are, hopefully you have access to go see Sign of the Times starting this Thursday, August 28th. It's not officially supposed to come out until the 29th, but it's just like it is with any movie. You can see it the night before it actually releases. I don't know why that became a thing, but I'm glad it did, because I'm going to go see it Thursday night at the Mall of Georgia, which is in Buford, Georgia. So if you happen to be up in the Buford, Georgia area and you're going to go see Sign of the Times and you see me, please say hello. I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm in row H. I don't remember where it was, right. But just look for me. If you're facing the movie screen, I'm on the left-hand side of the movie screen. So that's where I'll be. If you spot me, say hello. I'd love to connect with Funkatopians as often as I can. But wherever you are, look for Imax Sign of the Times. It's never been shown on IMAX before. This is going to be interesting to see. I'm really interested in seeing it because it wasn't shot for IMAX. So I'm interested to see what it looks like. I think the reason why I'm interested is for the depth of the scope of it, just being able to see something that massive. I mean, there's only certain movies that I want to see on IMAX. Concerts are great to see. I saw all of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. So all 6 of those movies in IMAX, because those battle scenes were just like, what? It was just amazing. It was so fantastic. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Definitely had pocketfuls of candy on that. But go see it. Sign of the Times. Please go support it, because if they see that this works, if the movie theaters see that this works, specifically IMAX and what's the other company that's involved in the IMAX thing, FilmRise, if they see that these things are kicking, they'll start doing more of this stuff.
Yeah,
and that's what we want. And of course, go to the estate or go wherever you need to go and buy official Sign of the Times merch. Pick it up and don your best at these shows and show your fandom, man. It's going to be great. Starts this Thursday night.
Treat it like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Go all dressed up and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm gonna
the movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have I'll have a jacket, and I'll probably have, I don't have the Sign of the Time shirt that I have unfortunately is a 2XL or a 3XL shirt. So it's a really big shirt. Oh man, it's just looking like my daughter in my shirts. It's just so the kids are walking around. I can't do that. I'll dress the part. I dress the part. I invited my wife to go with me, but she declined. She's like, I really don't want to go.
That's because she'd have to wear a camisole and whatnot.
Right.
She don't want to do that.
I said, well, just pretend like it's a date night that only I'll enjoy. She was like, yeah, that's less of a selling point for me. So
exactly. I don't think that's doing it.
So I'm going by myself. So definitely come and say hello, because it's going to be a lonely Christmas in August. Also, obviously, get your tickets for the Urban Classic.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, September 21st. That's at Crooners. So just go to Crooners Lounge MN, CROONERS Lounge MN, as in Minnesota.com.
Yep, you can get tickets there.
Yeah,
and it's I mean, we mostly, that show is a sellout. If we're not competing with any like kind of holiday weekend or any situation where the locals are at a deficit, we usually we've been doing it for a while. We got it down.
Yeah,
we got it down.
Yeah, and it's going to be great, and the tickets will go fast, and it's a really cool opportunity. If you love to listen to the music, but you're not like a really really big dancer or something, this is also one of these great venues to we can just sit. It's kind of like a city winery type of scenario where
they don't
there
really
to
dance
enjoy.
there. It's you tap your feet and you can holler a little bit and you can appreciate the soloists. And it's Earth, Wind and Fire's music so instrument heavy that it's really it works in both ways.
I can't imagine you guys playing September and just people just sitting there just. How can you not
what I
dance
like about
September?
it's a little subversive because they can't really get up and dance, so they're forced to sort of be restrained to their seats, and you see them you see the tension start to rise and kind of but towards the end of the night they let them actually stand up and be a little bit more free with their movement. But it's a little something.
I've seen a lot of bands where it's like really really difficult to stay seated. Like I've seen Sheila E. And the E Train when they were on the what was their last album's name? The last album, which was really super funky, but they were killing it. It's very very hard to sit during a Sheila E. concert, anyways, because she demands energy. Like she's just like,
oh sure,
get up. Out your seat right now. But I've also seen bands where it's like, when you go see like a Raphael Sadiq or something, you're like, I could sit half the show. But there's like some bands that just don't make any sense that they're in places like that. Cause it's just like, you have to stand up. You have to who's going to sit to watch Zap? Who's going to, what's happening? Come on now.
That's the type of thing I'm trying to bring back with Revelation. I want my band to be so bad. Just people are just holding each other and watching. Just,
right. Exactly.
Did you hear that?
Right. And of course, Paisley Park is doing their Paisley Park After Dark. I know we were talking about a couple of different events that are happening in September.
Giving a good sweep. Yeah.
But get your tickets. That's paisleypark.com. If you go to the events thing, they're having the 30th anniversary of the Gold Experience with DJ Link of Paris at the helm.
Yeah.
And you get a tour with that and everything else, but it's 18 and over. 18 and over. It's gonna be there. You can only that's it. You have to be there.
All this recent talk about the government and we don't want to talk about 18 and over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not going there.
Oh man. So much happening right now.
And of course, I forgot. If you happen to be in Georgia, it's specifically anywhere around like Atlanta or a little bit south of Atlanta, you definitely are going to want to be in this.
Saturday, August 30th, get ready as the city of Stockbridge salutes Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis at the 5-Star Amphitheater. Featured performers include Morris Day and Jerome, the SOS Band featuring Mary Davis and Abdul Raouf, Shantae Moore, Yolanda Adams, and Nesby, plus MC Light, Ruben Studdard, Deborah Cox, and a performance from Jam and Lewis celebrating 40 years of iconic hits and music of the ATL. Tickets are on sale now. Available at 5staramphitheater.com in the box office.
Damn. You see Jelly Bean beating the snot out of them drums back there?
He was standing up.
Oh man. Yes.
That show is happening.
He's not standing up. He's 8'12" in real life.
Yeah, but it looked like he literally like was standing up in front of the
He wasn't. That's him sitting down with that hat on.
Yeah,
he's tall. He's tall in the saddle, and he's tall when he's standing. He's tall in the saddle, bro.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I always hang out with him every time I go to Minnesota. I mean, if you go to the Minnesota, for those who don't know, if you happen to go up to Minneapolis at some point in time and you're like, man, I would love to run into somebody, just go to like the Minnesota Music Cafe on a weekend. Most likely you're going to see him bump in because that's like his stomping ground.
You'll see him at Bunker still down on Washington, home of Dr. Mambo's Combo. Yeah, Bean's out playing, hanging out, listening. He's a very social creature, man.
Yeah, he's very approachable too.
Absolutely, nice guy.
Yeah, just I remember the first time that I went up to him. I said, "Hey, can I get a bumper for the radio station?" And I said, "It's called Funkatopia." And I told him it was a radio station and everything. This was years ago when he really didn't know me that well or know Funkatopia that well, and he was just like, "Yeah," and he didn't even ask for a prompt. He just grabbed the recorder out of my hand. and he was just like, he's like, this is Jelly Bean Johnson, and you're listening to Funkatopia. He's a bad man.
Yeah.
And then he handed it back to me, and he was like, is that good enough? I was like, yep, sure.
Perfect. Yes. You got the jelly. You let Jelly have the microphone, man.
Oh my God.
Lucky there were no curse words in there.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. No,
You listen to this radical mother. This mother white boy is blowing up the streams and whatnot.
So you got all this stuff that's coming up. So again, Atlanta, you've got The Fix coming in town tomorrow. Obviously not Funk. You've got, if you're, no matter where you are, you can go see Sign of the Times at Imax. Hopefully there's an Imax somewhere close. I do see people saying that's not close in some locations. You've got that amazing concert that we just talked about. And if you just want to know about what's going on here at Funkatopia, next week, next Tuesday, the one, the only Tommy Barbarella is going to be here.
Right, my homie.
Right here. Tommy Barbarella.
Yeah.
Do you like what I did with the lettering? Normally it's purple. I did white on black to match his vibe.
Yeah, I like the little coordination, man. Yeah. I think it's tight.
Yeah. I always try to coordinate all the background colors on all the slides I do.
If you got the mushroom belt, you gotta have the mushroom lining, bro.
There you go.
Coordinate.
That's right. So next week, Tommy Barbarella will be in the house, and I've heard some rumors of some stories that I need to get. I can't wait to ask him about. It's gonna be
all right. Cool. Well, he's a pretty excitable gentleman. He's pretty straight up. So we should have a lot of fun. I mean, this is a person I see at least twice a month, I'd say. We've been friends since way back. We played in the Steels together, like before any of this Prince stuff even popped off.
And I'll even say it as a straight man, he is a good looking dude.
Yes. Very handsome. I've heard.
He is a good looking dude.
Every single as I've known him. Yeah.
Every single phase that he goes through, it's just when he changes his look, like Prince changes his look, it's just like, dude, okay, that works for you. And it's just like he does this, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna do shoulder length hair. He's like, that like, I'm gonna cut it all off and just go, GQ. That damn, dude.
Somehow he can't lose. Yeah, he's always got the right hair somehow. Prince saw him out somewhere, like during the years that we were all like after we had been fired and whatnot. And Prince ran into him somewhere and called him Simon Le Bon. He didn't like that.
I could call you Duran. That's what
whatever, Prince.
Oh my God. Well, I hope you guys had a good time tonight. Again, we kind of covered the gamut. I did want to kind of talk a little bit about Apollonia. Even though I did read the 14-page thing, there are some tidbits that I'm still not aware of. We'll see all this stuff shake out. I just hope the best and that they both get what they need.
Yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, we'd like everybody to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, yes, and he'll be able to go into his Barbarella. One of the first things he did once we were released was make sure his name was copywritten. So we can let him get into that next week when we have him here, Johnny.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope you guys had a good time tonight. I'm Mr. Christopher. This is Michael Bland. We will see you next Tuesday on Funkatopia Live, WTF. And of course, obviously, you can download Uptown Radio, the Funked Up app. All you got to do is just go to the Apple Store or wherever, just download the Funked Up app, and you can actually listen to this right on the home screen there. You can check out all the shows and whatnot, and of course, listen to 24/7 Funk. And if you're a Patreon supporter, you get a little bit extra too. So patreon.com/Funkatopia to support us. We hope you had a good time tonight. We will see you next week with special guest Tommy Barbarella.
That's right.
That's right. Good night, everyone.
That's right. Good night.